Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I'm Admiral Dirac in the heavy battlecruiser USS Jackson. And as you can see, we have mostly wiped out this pocket. Just this sole planet remains, although as you also all know, taking on planets and major sector command post starbases is no easy task. So let's jump right back into it and see if we can't win the day. Gonna hop right onto this planet. A surprised reverse, always a good starting location. Just free 6 ships dead. Nice to have. Especially with that battleship running around. He's a B-11 last time we checked. Although, if it's a... It's the Pollux and the MNR. If it's the same type as... Sorry. There's a battleship running around. The question is that battleship going to stay that B-11 that we saw in the one mission where we got, well, ambushed? Or if it is going to just change to a whole bunch of different type of dreadnoughts. I'm actually not 100% certain. I normally don't pay that close attention to what I'm fighting, other than what I'm fighting at the time. Strategic map, looking at things like that, just not as important. But that certainly has changed with this series. We've tried to take liberties before, and it does not end well. The enemy has more than enough firepower to completely ruin our day. And we do need to be careful of things like that. To our count so far, aside from the frigates, which we're just kind of sort of hand wave, we've lost a Kirov class battlecruiser, a X-type command cruiser, and a heavy dreadnought. So, got to be a little bit more careful, I feel. And the Pollux zipping in. It looks to be a strike cruiser of some kind. It's one of those new super fast versions of the ships. And escorted by the MNR, which is a design I have not seen before. It's a frigate with a third nacelle on top. That's pretty cool. And they're laying into the enemy far sooner than I can. They got the closer starting location, so they were able to work on that before I could. So flying in, sort of normal speedish at this point. Slowly ramping up the speed. Tempted to kind of go for this end of the formation. I know what this reminds me of. Remember all those surprise reverses where we got in and there was like a dreadnought waiting around? We're the dreadnought. How cool is that? The game's like, yeah, you are that powerful. So we will roll up on this XLR plus 2, whatever the heck that is, and light up his world, as he no doubt richly deserves. And just gonna close into range 11, 10, getting closer, steadily. Shut off this, shut off this, shut off this. Open fire range. Ripped right through him. Next on the chopping block. 2 plasma torpedoes straight to the face. Gonna let those hit. Bust out a pair of missiles. Do that. And that was pretty cool. Just soar on into the fight and boom, boom. You still working on this guy? Nope. That ought to finish it. He's got MIRVs? Where? There it is. The V-type is the MIRV type, and it fires a missile which then explodes into 6 more missiles. Each missile, granted, is only 1/6 the power, but, you know, that's still pretty cool. It makes intercepting all of them really difficult. In the normal game, in just regular Orion Pirates, the only people who get it are the Marak. So, it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, in an age where point defense systems are really becoming the norm, the ability to turn any barrage into a monster barrage is, well, a pretty big deal. Photon torpedoes. And there you go, surprise reversed. A little bit of Perhaps too much firepower thrown into this, but hey. I'm going to take what we can get. Especially if we can take this without having to go through a planetary assault. Wouldn't that be awesome? We have neutralized the tile. So I'm back in here again. Shipyard assault. Ugh. Not a huge fan of this mission type, but it does come up a lot. Let's see if we still have the Pollux and the Emnier with us. I hope that's not hydrogens again. I would like something useful. It is the Inelectable? What? And the Majestic, again. It's a really popular name. Fighting the light cruiser, which is this cool looking version of it. Okay, I mean we can take that. LNX, so new light cruiser. And CAV, I'm assuming that's a 2, or CAVX maybe? Can't see, it does get a little bit cut off, but that would be a carrier, no doubt. So he's probably got some big, nasty fighters on board. Ready to kick butt, take names. And I'm not going to prep a scatter pack, I don't see the point. Yes, it could, like, pop up as being surprise! But I'd rather just kill him with good old-fashioned wit. And these are, again, Lyran shipyards, so not exactly the best defended. They have 2 expanding sphere generators on board, so, not dangerous. Oh, you're a carrier as well! And I didn't buff my forward shield, because I'm an idiot. That's not good. That means we actually took that disruptor damage, and we don't want to just take disruptor damage if we don't have to. Okay, turn. Oof. What a hit. Oh, he punched through. Picked on the wrong guy, buddy. Okay, so our forward shield is down, which does complicate things a little bit. We have taken some shock damage across multiple systems. We've actually lost one of our starboard side phasers. So not wonderful. Okay, I want to get in close, but I also don't want to, get myself killed. So we're going to slowly spiral on in. Send a lot of fire his way. He's going to Wild Weasel this. He kind of has to. Just waiting for it to happen. Oh, he outran him. Nope, there we went. Wild Weaseled him at the last second. That puts him right in the middle of everybody. Poor play, sir. Poor play. And with this light, huge ship. Light, huge ship. No, this was the LNX. This was the CA. Whatever. Yep. Let's hope we can make short work of this, but they've dropped down to a speed of 8, which leads me to believe they will not. So, fun times. Defender ships are all destroyed. We will once again throw power to the forward shield reinforcement, and we'll speed up time! Because, there's no point in waiting around as we travel the 80,000 kilometers, something like that. Gonna close in on here. Once again, pop out one. Looks like they're going for this one, so we'll then turn right and hit that one. Unless, of course, they never get there. They have ordered their fighters to attack the same one that we're going after, so that could be something. Maybe. Perhaps. Possibly. We'd like it to be. And there it is. He's kicked on the ESG. ESGs are great against fighters. They're like bug zappers when it comes to fighters, because they fly into it and boom, they get zapped with however much damage they've set the field to be. Because you set the radius of the field, and then you set the power of the field. So what you gotta do with this? He's going to shoot. He doesn't have a lot to shoot me with, but he's got some. We've got nothing left to shoot at them. They're going to start their long-range skirmishing fire. Really, using fighters against us was not a great idea. Well, I take that back. Using fighters on the attack command wasn't great. Harass would have kept them outside the range of the field. Would have been no problems at all. And he dropped that so close to himself that it can never activate. Genius. Absolute genius. And we're going to invest... What? Oh, God. What else did I have selected that disappeared? Weird. Oh, never mind. There he goes, activating the field. We are outside of it, so we don't get affected by it, but if we get too close to it, it could be a problem. And watch what this shield does to him and these... See, it absorbs it. Well, it looks like our missiles did enough damage to shut it down, or rather took enough damage. Missiles actually do have an HP range, which is what gets shot at when you shoot your point defense missile systems or your phasers. And the ESG only has a certain amount of damage that it can deal. So every missile that hits the field subtracts the amount of damage that the ESG can dish out. So you can actually overwhelm them, it's just really hard. It's one of the reasons why those MIRVs from the previous mission are really effective, because each one of those missiles has to get shot down. I think they're stronger than just 1/6 of the health of the ship. They might be. They might just be 1/6 of the full firepower. That'd be a little disappointing. And Weasel, yeah, he whistled. Should have known better. Go right, so we can get this one phaser on. Aha, we got it through. And you're coming to fight my target again. Really? There goes the field. Gotta stay outside of the radius. But these fighters ate it all. Force him to put some more power to his defenses. Because if he's got a... Oh, he lost his track. Or they got shocked off for a little bit. Burning wreck. And if we had time, we could capture it. They're going to kill it before we can do that, though. And there it goes. On to the last one. Romulan starbases can be kind of dangerous. I mean, because they do have a plasma torpedo. So if you close within range of 13, the plasma F is going to hit you. Not for much, because the plasma F loses power really fast compared to our plasma Gs, but it's something, and it does have to be respected to a certain amount. I'm gonna pull off to the side a bit. Wow, he's got a lot of power if he can buff that many shields. This is how you do base assaults when you just don't care. Because we don't have to worry about it. He literally doesn't have enough firepower to do anything to us. Like, his expanding super generator is a cool thing, and it's a nice defensive option. But it's not something that he can really use to hurt us offensively. So if we just zip around at full speed, just outside of his ESG range, he can't really touch us. He had 2 Phaser 2s, and that was about it. And while we are no X-ship, we are at least a battlecruiser, which does make us pretty powerful anyway. Okay, the Klingon pocket over here has been crushed. It's time to move on. We'll raid a convoy, because we're not brave enough to go for a base assault yet. Remember the last time we hit a sector command post? We just got munched on. Is it a convoy raid or a convoy escort? Yeah, it's a convoy raid. Oh, I think we got lucky. I think we got very lucky. Prep a scatter pack. Not because we need that many missiles on one target, but because it helps. There are, as far as I can tell, 3 of these Q-ship style freighters. And they might not even be Q-ships, they might just be regular freighters anyway. Pardon me. Q-ship is, it's basically a freighter just crammed with guns, which is a cool concept. And if you're a fan of science fiction, I recommend the Honorverse series. And in one of them, the titular character, Honor Harrington, commands a Q-ship. It is very cool. Reinforce that. And we fire into him and kill him. So that's one piece of the convoy down. And yeah, it looks like they're just all freighters who are running. Nobody's dealing more than a speed of 10. Except for this guy. He's doing a speed of 6. So, that's the defense, it seems. A freighter with a plasma F on him. Don't get me wrong, that's cool, but barring you having... You do not. Okay. And you're dead? And you're about to be dead. Because I have my plasma torpedoes all ready to set and to go. He's going to weasel. He's going to have to weasel. Because if he doesn't, this will all come in and kill him. Yep, there he goes, weaseling. So we'll ignore him for now. This guy also has plasma. Pop off a couple of missiles at him. He does appear to be running, which is interesting, considering I think he's the convoy escort. He might not be. I mean, maybe I'm just being too hard on this guy. Maybe this truly is the only convoy escort. If so, that's... He weaseled. He did it, weasel. Now the downside is... Wait until that goes away. It went away. We will now turn. Get our side plasmas ready. It's really nice, these side firing plasmas. Oh, nope, can't do it. He's moving. This is technically our job. I mean, killing these guys will be nice, but it is more important that we kill these guys. This is the weirdest convoy raid I've ever been on. And we've been on quite a few there. It really does look like these ones are not actually interested in pursuing us. Okay, I can handle that. 3 of their freighters. Tempted to prep another scatter pack. Not going to bother with it. Just going to keep zipping along at speed. And because of that, because nobody's actually moving to engage us, we can pump up the speed without any real fear. And we will go to full power. Because why not? Just to demonstrate to this guy that no, you can't get away, and slow down time. Deselect the consumables. And we still have power that we're putting into the shield, so we're still charging at max rate. Yeah, seriously, completely undefended convoy. Like, I get that they had a whole bunch of these plasma-armed mini guys, but they didn't use them. I'll take it on the nose. Okay, just the one left. There's no point in capturing them, as we found out when we tried that one time all that time ago. Because if you try and capture them, you don't get any bonus prestige for it, and they blow themselves up. Which is a total waste. Total waste of good Marines. So we'll slow down, we'll come around. He still has us in arc. So we will absorb that on the shield. Barely made a dent. Pulling nice and behind him. He still has 2 phaser X's. I don't know if they're rear firing, but it doesn't matter. He is, as far as I'm concerned, a dead man. We'll speed up just a little bit. Because he can't actually stop us from killing him. There we go. He got in range of the border almost, if you look up on the command screen. He tried, he failed. The entire convoy wiped out. And it neutralized the tile. Shift off the tile. If we can fully neutralize this. I'm going to neutralize the tile. Give me a patrol that will neutralize this tile and I'll be so happy. This would be a great place to end. Let's hope it works. Medium power on the capacitor. And speed up to our cruising speed of 15. No ships in range as of yet. Hopefully we won't run into that dreadnought battleship. Otherwise we will have to hightail it out of here. It's just too dangerous to fight. No targets anywhere around here. Oh, we got a heavy cruiser. Heavy cruiser with a third nacelle. Sent a probe his way. So he's got pretty decent shields. They're not fantastic, but he also has 4 drone launchers and a B-rack, a whole bunch of phasers and disruptors. So we're going to come to face him. We're going to buff up that forward shield. And we will look back at ourselves. So we have better shielding than him. His frontal shield only had type 2. I think he's buffing all of his shields around, and he only had 2 greens in the back. Which is common for Klingons to have a weak back shield. His point defense is beastly. I think that would be the best way of putting it. So we're not punching through that, I can tell you that much. We will close to a range of 10, and then we will systematically fire our plasma torpedoes at him. Force him to decide if he wants to break off and face some raking fire, or if he wants to try and weasel it. See what he does. Everything right into the front, right down the throat. He opened us up in the back, but I think we came out of that exchange much better than he did. Stabilize the warp core, drop a bit of speed just to help with that. Taking out his powerful frontal shields is frankly better than taking out our rear shields. Fired right down his throat. It's clear we took out a lot of his power systems, but not a whole heck of a lot of his actual damage. Only took out one of his phasers, shocked a whole bunch of other systems, but I mean, he was doing 20, he's now doing 9.6. So we hit something good. He does have one heck of a phaser armament, that's for sure. The kind of phaser armament that I am slightly jealous of. kick out a couple more missiles into his front. Yeah, I figured that would be the case. Shock his rear shields a little bit more. We will slow down just a bit. He's probably going to outturn us. Oh! Oh, wow, okay, that sucked. That sucks on so many levels. We are now out 2 of our shields. Our reshield is down to a minimum capability. So we're out 3 shields, he's down 2 shields, and his rear shield is back up. He's in a little bit better position than we are. But again, I do feel a little bit more confident than the kind of firepower he can bring. And I will start getting back to work on making sure we have a reinforced shield to work with. That was lazy of me not to do. Wait, what? Okay, that makes more sense. I was wondering where all that shield power was coming from. Did none of our phasers come online to handle that? Okay, we're in rough shape now. I'll say it, we're in rough shape. I'm gonna come around to the other side, buff up this shield. Goes in again. We did get a good couple of hits with the plasma torpedoes, and we do have photon torpedoes set and ready to rock. So I'm going to cross over a little bit like this. Not all the way, because I don't want to reveal that one side of a shield, but now I'm going to. Yeah, we're not going to get into a position where we can show off. His speed's dropped a little bit more. Getting through with our phaser 3s. Losing all the frontal half. Stabilizing workflow. These missiles have really made our life annoyingly difficult. Kind of going to wait at this point for the plasma torpedoes is kind of what I want to wait for. They have decent range, a decent amount of firepower. Each one can deal a maximum of 20 damage, so 40 damage in total. But it does take them a little while to get set and ready to go. And I'm going to switch the reinforcement to this shield. He crossed. And crap, we are out of energy. This showed we are out of energy. Yeah, it's reloading now. It's all up to the phasers. Give our phaser 3s a crack at it. Spread out the damage as best we can. Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot sometimes. Should have been thinking about that. Okay, so our plasmas are up and ready. He's got to know that by now. See what he does with that. He didn't do anything with it. Okay. Because he doesn't have a shuttle bay. Doesn't matter. Lay into it with everything we got. Can't board him. Ah, there we go. Nice critical shot through the down shield. Took him out. We took quite a bit of mauling from that because we were stupid at times. Gonna have to not lose focus on that. That's important. So, what do we got? 300 prestige. The tiles flipped. So, we've wiped out this pocket, and we took out the starbase that was in this area. It's now ours. So, we are now... we have to take this diplomatic delivery, but we're going to end the episode here now. I wanted to get back to here so we could patch up. But, yeah. So, this pocket consists merely of these 3 systems now. The Klingon resistance down here in the south is pretty much over. I mean, we actually own this sector. So that's that. Next episode, we'll push through the rest of here, move up into here, and we'll be finished with that. So, I've been Tirek. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.